Well, Debra Mittelbach, thank you for being a guest on Graceful Aging.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Sexuality and intimacy. I wanted to share with you one Twitter message that I think, says a lot about this. We had Jim who commented, "No one asked me about my marriage or sexuality, yet it plays a large part in our well-being. No one asked me, what's the quality of your life? I'm a sexual individual. I'm 76 years old and still alive." And apparently he cares for his wife with dementia. Is his point valid?
Very much so. It doesn't go away. It may diminish, but the need to have sexual intimacy, whether it's in the form of hand-holding, kissing, hugging, cuddling, it's all essential and it gives us self-worth.
Now, you're an executive director of a memory care assisted living program, as I've introduced you to the audience. And today I thought we'd focus on that couple that has come back from the doctor's office in the early and mid stages of dementia, as far as how that disease progresses and how it might have impacts on intimacy and sexuality for them. Doctors, should doctors be asking this type of question of couples, or should couples be asking their doctors about sexuality and intimacy with dementia?
It should occur, and it doesn't always occur because of the sensitivity of the topic. And the elderly couple may not feel comfortable enough talking about the intimacies of the relationship, and yet someone should initiate the conversation, and I would hope that it would be the physician, them to have dialogue in an environment that is safe.
How would I broach that topic as far as to the doctor, or should I always broach that topic to the doctor?
I think you'd have to have a good relationship with your physician first of all, because having that will allow you to have better conversation and allow you to express yourself. Initiating that conversation with the physician can start up very general. Express your cares and concerns, and it can be with or without the affected spouse present, depending on how they will react.
It really is a sensitive topic, because I could see the doctor, especially if it's a different sex, where either the doctor might think or the individual might think that they're making a pass at the doctor, and it's just a barrier like that might prevent that topic from coming up.
That's why I'm hoping that physicians, male, female, will be proactive in bringing these subjects forward so that it isn't a topic of taboo.
Dementia, what effect does it have on intimacy and sexuality?
It affects the senses, how interpretation affects how we respond. With dementia, when something feels good, then there is a response. Whether that becomes an exaggerated response, minimal or maximum, depends on what the stimulus is and whether it's pleasurable or not.
Here you've been married to someone 40 years or 50 years. Now with dementia, I'm not in the driver's seat. Does that sort of change their attractiveness to the person as well?
It can very well, because instead of being the accompanying or the compliant spouse, or you're now the in-charge spouse, where you are now paying the bills and making the decision, doing tasks that you normally didn't have before. It can affect who the dominant spouse is at this point.
As the person with dementia, I could be viewing you in a different capacity as well. There was another Twitter comment that we got. The woman said, "It was very comforting. There were periods when we were very anxious, devastated, scared, and being sexual with each other was real important. It became a time of connecting, a time of reassurance, a time of pleasure. Our life was unraveling, and being sexual with each other was a time that it felt good." Touch is, I guess, one of those senses that is just that powerful that it can create that kind of oasis for individuals.
Without that, we don't thrive. It's essential for survival. In the scenario that you just shared with me, the intimacy that this couple shared certainly was reminiscent to when they were whole together. And that does create a sense of security. As the individual moves through the disease, that level of intimacy will change, and so will the well spouse and how their relationship is.